project, kind of create that for them. They'll get that hopefully today, maybe tomorrow. By this weekend, we hope to be able to give them my position, the official administration's position on every one of those, so that by the time we come together next Wednesday, everybody will know what everybody's going to do, and we'll just grind through it.
You said bring your lunch, so you expect a long day.
You know, I've been here a long time, and I have seen budget meetings that lasted till midnight, but ours have been ending about dinner hour. So again, that's a. You know, I fully expect. I don't expect it to go much beyond that.
Yeah, the two biggest budget problems have been the pensions, which I suppose is hard to control, at least the fireman's pension.
You heard an interesting interchange between the city controller and one of the council members today.
Right.
We do not have control over the pension.
Right.
And it's almost amusing to me there are some mayoral candidates that say, if you just elect me mayor, I'll solve the pension issue. You have to solve it in Austin. You cannot solve it down here.
Right. Okay. Yeah, but and also Comptroller Green mentioned that sort of raised the red flag that
yes,
we know is coming.
This
is the pensions.
So I believe that, and the one-two punch of, if we didn't have pensions that were crowding out everything else, we wouldn't be worried about the revenue limit. Mm-hmm. But with the one-two punch of the huge spike in pensions and the revenue limitation that means that we can't take in as much property taxes as we anticipate, it's a stress on the system. There are a lot of things that I know council members would like to do to expand city services, particularly wanting to hire more police officers and more firefighters.
Mayor, on that issue of hiring more police officers, it's an issue that didn't get a lot of attention both in your budget and it appears in the amendments. Do you think, given the urgency of the presentation that was given to you guys about the staffing needs, that conversation has been sort of, appropriately at the fore, or do you feel like it's not gotten enough attention?
I think that this is, every council member understands exactly what the staffing issue is in both police and fire, and I think every one of us would like to see more officers hired, but we also understand that in order to do that with the way the revenues are currently, it would mean wholesale cuts in other programs. It's a balancing act. It's a trade-off. 1/3 of our general fund budget, 1/3 goes straight to the Houston Police Department. So no one can say that we don't prioritize public safety. When you add fire and municipal courts and 911, that's 2/3 of our budget. So in order to put more money into that system, when there's no more money available, that means that we're back to where we were in the depths of the downturn, where you're closing libraries or swimming pools or laying off civilian employees, and we don't want to do that. So we continue to try to manage under the revenues that we have.
Councilman Costello submitted a budget amendment that would shift, I think, the funding for one HFD cadet class to HPD. What do you make of that? Do you think that's appropriate?
I do not.
Why not?
We need both police and fire, and we have made a priority to try to fund cadet classes in both areas. I think we're more severely understaffed in police than in fire, but if you've just had an heart attack and you're waiting for an ambulance, you want that ambulance to be there.
Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you.